So after playing Call of Juarez the Gunslinger, I went on a little bit of a binge, and I played the rest of the Call of Juarez games. The last one I actually played was the original Call of Juarez, but that's what we're going to talk about today. I figure we'll just go in release order from here on out. So the reason that Call of Juarez, the original one, was the last one I played was because it was harder to get a hold of. I played it on the 360, and I had to order the disc and everything. I prefer physical media. I also don't think I could have downloaded it off the store, but I digress. I am reviewing the 360 version here. So in Call of Juarez, you actually play as two people, Billy Candle and Reverend Ray McCall. Billy Candle is a character who didn't know his real father, and his stepfather was kind of an asshole, so he left to find the mythical Gold of Juarez and is coming back home after not finding it to see his mother. When he gets there, he finds his parents both dead, with Call of Juarez written in blood on a barn door. Unfortunately for Billy, Reverend Ray McCall shows up at the same time and sees this and assumes that he killed his parents. Billy doesn't make it any better because he runs away, implying his guilt. Something I like about this game over other games in the series is you're playing as two people from different sides of the story. You'll often go through the same maps as both Billy and Ray. In other Call of Juarez games, that's not the case. You pick one of two characters and then you go through the level as them. You don't see the events from two points of view. You could say that that's just padding out the game by reusing the same level over again, just from a different perspective, but I don't really think that's the case. I think that that serves the story very well. You get both sides and you understand where both people are coming from, to an extent. I love Ray McCall in these games. In Bound in Blood, he's a hard outlaw, really just a bastard. And in this game, he's still kind of a bastard, but he's just a self-righteous bastard. I like the outlaw turned preacher turned vigilante aspect of it, but you can't really agree with why Ray is doing this because he really is a religious zealot. He often says that he's the right hand of God and that this is what God wants him to do, and you're just like, ooh, Ray, I don't know about all that. And Billy you feel for because he really doesn't have a home. He never knew his father. He takes the last name Candle just because of a symbol that he used to wear. He really doesn't have anybody, especially after his mother is killed. You feel bad for him because not only has he lost everything and everybody, he's getting blamed for it. And it seems like that's been the case throughout his whole life. He gets blamed for things that just aren't his fault. Now, gameplay-wise, I think this game shows a little bit of age. It's definitely the feel of one of those mid-2000s shooters. It's a little clunky, stuff hasn't aged well, especially like the lasso whip mechanic that Billy has. It just doesn't work the way you would want it to. It's very clunky, it's very fidgety. But frankly, I can get over that kind of stuff because I think the story is very solid. And I think that if the story is good, you can really overlook some of those things that haven't aged too well. Also, the two characters play differently, so I think that adds a nice variety to the gameplay. Billy is more agile, but he's a weaker character, so you're going to be playing stealthily in a lot of his segments. And Ray McCall is a tank. He can take people out like nobody's business. You're going to be going through just blowing people away as Ray. Frankly, I do like the Ray segments better. I can't say that the Billy segments are bad. It's just your preferred play style. And it's not to say that you can't blow people away as Billy. It's just harder to do. This is the last one I played, and I think it's the hardest. I had the most trouble with this game. Bound in Blood, the Cartel, and Gunslinger, I didn't have nearly the trouble. So overall, I really enjoyed my time with the original Call of Juarez, and I was surprised. I wasn't sure how it was going to be. Some of the gameplay hasn't aged too well, but I think that story is timeless and that it will hold up for people. If you like cowboy games, I think you'll like Call of Juarez, so I highly recommend you play it. I can't give it a perfect score. I think that would be way too generous, but I'll give Call of Juarez, the original, a B-. It's a lot of fun. You can buy it for like $10 now, I think. It's definitely worth that. You'll get a solid maybe 7 hours a game out of it. It's definitely worth the time. If you enjoyed this review, I have others on the channel with more coming. I also do short films and other videos, so be on the lookout for those. You can follow me on Twitch and TikTok at Thomas_Yazer. And my Instagram and Twitter, those links will all be in the description. Thank you for dropping by and watching this review. Have a good day.